Hello everyone, hopefully having a great day today. Merciless Vaughn here, back with another Bleach Brave Souls video, and in this one we're going to be going over the May Limit Breaker quest. Going to be going over some best in slot characters and some substitute characters you can use if you don't have the best ones. Hopefully you enjoy. If you do, leave a like. If you're new to the channel or you have been here for a while, please consider subscribing and help me get to 550 subscribers. Now with all that said, let's go ahead and get started. So as you can see, this limit breaker quest will be available, well, it was available just only a few hours ago, and it ends the 11th at 2 a.m. for me. So this is one of the shorter limit breaker quests, it looks like. Usually it's about 2 weeks and like 3 days, but you know, we don't have as much time, so only a week and a few days, but a little under 2 weeks. So the sooner you get it done, the better. Make sure you don't forget about it. So we can take a look at the rules here. For slot 1, we're going to have mind attribute damage times 2, melee attack damage times 2, killer effect times 5. We're going to have the weakened status elements here, and it's going to be Heart Soul Reaper enemies. I already know the unit that's going to be great for this. So for the next slot here, we're going to have Heart attribute damage times 2, range attack damage times 2, killer effect times 2, the burn status elements, and there's going to be mind, no affiliation units here. Then for the last one, no range damage or really I guess attribute bonus here, just killer effect damage times 2, poison enemies on the ground. There's going to be technique hollow units here. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the stage rules. Yeah, we can go ahead and take a look at some of the best in slot units for now that we can use for this limit breaker quest. Alright, so real quick here, I just want to give you the full list of units that meet all the bonus requirements for the stage rules here, and we can take a look at them. Starting off with this unit here, the new Magic Society Gazelle. Obviously we have the right attribute, the right killer, but this is the Soul Reaper Killer Plus, so you know your killer advantage will just be even greater. As for the skills, Soul Trait, Strong Attack Recharge Time minus 14%. Melee unit, this is just going to meet all the bonus requirements. Dominate Plus on here and an EX move, innate skills, Sprinter, Havoc, Marauder, the rest of the skills. Team/Party increase my attribute. Character strong attack damage 20%, 80% berserker, weaken resistance, frenzy +2, bombardment +1, defibrillator +7 seconds, increased status element chance against soul reapers. Team/party increased frequency damage to status element affected enemies 30%, damage to dominated enemies 100%, weaken defense, any status element spiritual pressure boost. So I think this is the best in slot unit. You are meeting all the requirements, obviously, from the bonuses that you can get, and then the Soul Reaper Killer Plus skill is obviously very great. And you do have the Mila Rose here. This is a brave battle unit, so probably won't be as effective as maybe the Gazelle will be, but should be pretty useful. Soul Trait, damage taken minus 21%, weakening plus on all of her attacks, innate skills, Sprinter, long reach, Marauder, and I guess the skills that will only be useful in there would be the 50% bruiser, the decreased damage taken, and the flurry +3, which is great. It's not locked in brave battles or anything like that in poise, but other than that, everything else is just only going to be usable in brave battles, well, except for the half only stamina skills. But you'll be able to take advantage of the half only stamina skills in theirs too. But everything else will only be in brave battles. So it is a unit you can use, but probably not the best in slot 1. You also do have the 8th anniversary white here. This unit is still very, very good in my opinion. Strong attack recharge time minus 12%. Lacerated drain on all of his attacks. Innate skills, Sprinter +3, complete status immunity, Marauder. Team/party increase mind attribute character special move damage 30%, increase mind attribute character movement speed 30%. Let's see, Havoc, frenzy +2, bombardment, defibrillator +2 seconds, increase status element chance against heart attribute enemies, damage to his status element 60 for lacerated enemies, 40% for drained, weaken defense, and the status element spiritual pressure boost. So yeah, a good solid unit that you can use. He's been out for a while now. He's came back on a few banners and he is in the premium pool. So you might have a good amount of dupes from this unit, maybe even max in it. So yeah, a good solid unit you can use. You can also use this Byakuya, but he is more of a guild quest unit. His soul trade is normal attack damage plus 30%. He does have a 50% chance to dodge Soul Reaper attacks. He is immune to the weakened status element, so you don't have to worry about the status elements on the ground in there. His Bruiser is at 80%, Berserker is at 60%. Doesn't really matter since he is a guild quest unit. He does have Flurry +1, but Flurry +1 nowadays isn't really good. And then he does have the guild quest skills here: Sprinter, Poise, and Marauder. Yeah, just another unit you can use for this first slot in the guild quest. And I think one of the last really good usable units in here will be this Ichigo here. Well, I guess it's the end of series Ichigo is what I usually call him. He has 2 soul traits, but this is a resurrection unit, but he does have the strong attack recharge time minus 12%, strong attack damage inflicted at full stam 20%. He does have a boost on his SA2, which is really good. He is immune to the weakened status elements. Berserker is at 60%, decreased damage taken 16%. Havoc 20%, Frenzy +2, Bombardment Enhancer, Sprinter +2, Marauder Booster. So yeah, a pretty good unit. He will also be able to support with his SA2. He does have the Booster and Enhancer skills, which will just increase the effectiveness of his SA2. He's immune to the status element, and he does have Frenzy +2, which is really nice. So if you have this unit, yeah, he will be a good unit to use as well. Okay, so here is the full list of the slot 2 units that will be able to take advantage of all of the bonuses here. We have this 1000-year Blood War Toshiro. His soul traits are strong attack damage plus 20% and strong attack recharge time minus 12%. He does have an EX move and Frost on all of his attacks. Innate skills: Sprinter, Havoc, Sharpshooter, Berserker 70%, Devastation 50%, complete status immunity, so you don't have to worry about that status element there. Frenzy +2, Bombardment Defibrillator +5 seconds. Increased status element chance against Quincy's and no affiliation enemies. Damage from frozen enemies 100%, team/part increased attribute. Hard attribute Soul Reaper, damage to status element affected enemies 40%. Weakened defense, long stride into status element spiritual pressure boost. So this would be, will he be the best slot 2 unit to use? I'm not too sure. I do think there is another unit that could be really, really good there. But so far, yeah, I do think he will be great for it. Up next, we do have the Safway Kaname here. Soul trait, strong attack, recharge time minus 12%. Drained on all of his attacks. Let's see, Sprinter, Havoc. Team/party increase hard attribute character, strong attack damage 20%. Devastation 40%. Increase hard attribute character movement speed 30%. Some increased resources skills here, but that won't matter there. Frenzy +2, Defibrillator +2 seconds, guard break plus hitting enemies. So yeah, he is mainly a farming unit, but if you don't have that Toshiro, I do think that he would be a pretty decent unit to use. Up next, we have the Burn the Witch Seasonal Ninny here. This is a pretty old unit, like very, very old. This unit came out before my time in the game. But yeah, this is a unit that you really don't see too often, and the Burn the Witch banners don't even come back all that often anymore. I can't remember the last time we had a rerun of a Burn the Witch banner. But strong attack recharge time minus 14%, weakening on all of her attacks. Sprinter, Innovator, Guard Break, Devastation 60%. No Berserker. I just realized that. Interesting. Havoc 20%, Frenzy +2, Defibrillator +5 seconds. Increased status element chance against no affiliation and Soul Reapers. Hidden enemies 100%. So even though this unit is very, very old, you may or may not have her since she is a rare unit, and you're probably more or less than likely going to have this unit max rescinded. But this would be a great unit to use. You're going to have the increased status element chance. You're going to have the hit enemies, so you won't have to worry about the enemies that's going to hide underground, because no affiliation enemies do that. And Frenzy +2 is great because units nowadays should have a base of Frenzy +2, and her strong attacks are not all that bad either. Now, you could use this Notoria here. I don't think he would probably be the best. I mean, mostly because he's a really old unit. He does have a blast rate on all of his attacks, which will stop the enemies from using their abilities. His Berserker is only at 20%. He only has a Frenzy +1. He does have the increased status element chance against no affiliation enemies. And he also does have damage slash rate enemies 40%. But I do think the previous units that I mentioned would be better. I just mentioned him because you can use him, but he probably will be like your last option if you don't have any of the other previous units that I mentioned, or the unit that I'm going to mention after him. And so now we do have this 1000-Year Blood War Masaki here, who does have her Resurrection. She does have 2 soul traits, normal attack damage +20%, and normal attack damage inflicted at full stem +20%. Innate skills, long reach, freeze resistance, no status elements, but she does have a boost in the barrier on her SA2. And the reason why I said the Toshiro might not be the best unit for these slot 2 stages was because ranged nat units are just really OP. They're like just very strong. And as you can see here, Bruiser is just really high at 80%. Flurry is only at +1, but ranged nat unit with the enhancer, multi-barrier skill is just really good. You know, with the barrier up, you'll be able to take a few hits. Guard break hit enemies. No affiliation. Enemies do like to hide on the ground, so you don't have to worry about those here. But yeah, pretty good unit. I just really like ranged nat units. Ranged nat units are just very strong. All right, and so for the last slot, there's no like bonus melee damage, bonus range damage, or anything like that. You just need power hollow killer units. This Joshiro right here, I mean, he's a mid-month unit. I don't think you would want to use him because his soul trait is just coin drop plus 30%, and not really that many good skills here. But if you want to use him, you can. But I think one of the best units you can use is the 9th anniversary countdown special Ichigo here. He does have a team/party strong attack damage plus 20% soul trait. So everybody in your limit breaker party will be doing 20% increased strong attack damage. He does have weakening on all of his attacks. He's a melee unit. His strong attacks themselves are very good. Splinter +3 and long stride, so this unit will be moving across the map very fast. He's immune to all status elements, so you don't have to worry about the ones there. Berserker is at 50%, reduce strong attack cooldown 12%, Havoc, Frenzy +2, Bombardment, increased status element chance against hollows, damage to weaken enemies 40%, weaken defense, Marauder, hitting enemies, and these status element spiritual pressure boost 100%. So yeah, definitely a very strong unit you can use for these slot 3 stages. Now this shooting Shui here, I do think he would be good because he is a ranged nat unit, but he is a guild quest unit. If we come down here, as you can see, yeah, he only does have flurry +1, which isn't good in my opinion. And you can see he does have the increased range damage skills and increased killer effect skills here in guild quest. But booster, enhancer, it'll be very good. But you don't have to use this unit if you do have the 1000-Year Blood War Masaki for the second slot stages. You can use her instead of this Joshiro, or you could use both if you want to. That is entirely up to you. Ranged nat units are very good. And now obviously you do have the 8th anniversary Ichigo here. He's still pretty good. Soul trait, strong attack, recharge time -14%. Range unit, weakening, and drain. Some of the best combination of status elements you can have on a unit. Devastation 60%. He doesn't have a Berserker, unfortunately. He does have a base full stamina damage boost of 20%. He's immune to all status elements, and he is able to share that immunity. Havoc, Frenzy +3, Defibrillator +5 seconds, increased status element chance against technique attribute enemies. Sharpshooter and hitting enemies. So yeah, just another really good unit you can use as well if you want to use this unit. And now we have good old reliable 1000-Year Blood War Yamamoto from the 7th anniversary, who was just very strong for a very long time, probably almost as long, if not longer, as the 6th anniversary Aizen. Still a great unit, very good. Havoc 20%, Sprinter, Berserker 40%, immune to all status elements, and it is shared. Frenzy is only at +1, unfortunately. Bombardment, damage to status elements 40%, weakened defense, status element, spiritual pressure boost, and Marauder. Yeah, this guy, he's all reliable, but he has definitely aged out now. But you know, he was still a great option back in, and if you have a max percentage, he's probably still a good option now. Alright, so we went over some of the best in slot units and some substitute units that you can use. I went on ahead and made my team here. So this is what I chose. Obviously, she's going to be the best unit here. Yeah. So this is going to be the build, the Cape Fastener, Fortification Pill, and the Quincy Cross. Character links, just some strong attack reduction and full stamina damage boost links. Her link slot levels are at level 22 that you can see here. And the Transcendence levels for these units are going to be at level 12. The bonus abilities will be full stamina damage boost. And the plus 200 SP. So there's that. Now for the next unit that I chose, I opted to go for this Masaki, mostly because I do have her at Max Transcendent here, whereas the Toshiro, I only have him 1 out of 5. So I just thought the Max Transcendent unit would be better. The build here, just a Golden Chappie, Hollow Bait, Strong Attack Reduction, and full stamina damage boost links. The link slot levels for this character are only going to be at level 20, and the Transcendence level for this unit are only going to be at level 10. And then the bonus abilities will be full stamina damage boost and the plus 200 attack. And then lastly, I just want to go for this Ichigo here. Here's the build, T-set, Fortification Pill, Lieutenant's Badge, Strong Attack Reduction, full stamina damage boost, character links, link slot levels level 20, Transcendence level 10, and I have this unit 2 out of 5. Bonus abilities, full stamina damage boost, and the plus 200 SP. So that's it, let's go ahead and jump in here to see what I can do with this team. So I do think that for these slot 2 stages, you can't go wrong with the Toshiro or the Masaki. But since my Toshiro is only 1 out of 5 and the Masaki's 5/5, the range and ad units are just very good. Yeah, I don't think either one of those choices would have been fine, honestly. Don't have to worry about the status elements for this unit or the Mugetsu Ichigo. Do have to worry about the status elements for here though. Ah shoot, we took damage. Unfortunate. And not to mention that character does deal 20% more increased damage to at full stam, so we really lost out there. So probably gonna have to reset if we want a better score. But I'm not gonna reset, I'll just go ahead and go with this run here. Use the SA2 there. Let's see here. For those attacking enemies, they usually appear on stage 8. If so, we just absolutely destroyed them. Wait, we're already... Okay, so... This... I think we may get another Limit Breaker quest because the last time... Yeah, usually the Limit Breaker quests are like for more than a week, and we did not get as much time as in this Limit Breaker quest as we usually do. So we may or may not get another one. So I'm curious to see as whether we are going to get another one or not. And I think we already rotated all of the stages too, actually. Yeah, we did. Okay, so we may or may not get another Limit Breaker quest. If we don't, and this is just it, sure. Okay, so that was my Limit Breaker quest run. Let's see here. Yeah, there's only 16 missions in here, where usually it's just like 22 or something. But we did complete about more than half of the missions here, so I will take that. Oh, we got... Oh, wait a minute. We're getting orbs? Super link slot potions? Okay. They must have updated the rewards for this. Okay, interesting. Yeah, that was one of the easier Limit Breaker quests. There's not a lot of missions in there, but there were like some super link slot potions in there and some spirit orbs in there instead of just like the Transcendence points, which is pretty good. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. And as usual, until next time.